just because a girl appears to be breaking up with you doesn't always mean that that is the case. What do I mean by this? As much as men get talked about for not having good communication skills and not being able to divulge their feelings, it turns out that there are women out there that also are not that great at coming to their guy when they have certain grievances. And so what can happen is there can come a point where either, let's say you've been dating a girl for a while, but you're not quite boyfriend and girlfriend, or you are boyfriend and girlfriend and things have kind of gotten to a lull. Well, as the guy, you're thinking to yourself, well, she's not saying anything and I don't hear any complaints from her. Therefore, our situation must be great. I must be doing everything right and there's nothing to worry about. Unbeknownst to you, the girl that you're dating or the girl that you've been in a relationship with is slowly over time starting to pick up things that she's not comfortable with. Whether it's like, you're saying certain things too sarcastically, or she's bringing certain requests to you like, hey, can you take out the trash, and you're not doing it, and it's getting to be more and more of those kind of incidents, or whatever. Sometimes a woman just over time, if she sees that her guy's not being manly enough or is not taking charge the way that she wants him to, she can start to feel a certain way. You're thinking to yourself, she could just voice this to me if there was a problem, and we would have a conversation and things would be totally fine. But sometimes women feel as though they have been communicating this stuff to you in their way. Now, women typically tend to talk to each other in ways that is more implying things or using passive language. What will happen is a girl will have been saying things to you over time that you're taking as just passive thought. Like you're thinking it's not a big deal. If she says, hey babe, the trash is really full, you're not knowing that means, hey, take out the trash right now. So you're just thinking it's just random commentary and she's fine. So as little incidents like that build up, she's thinking to herself, well, I keep hinting to him and implying that these are things that I want or things that I'm not getting, but he's not doing anything. And now I'm really unhappy. Now you're thinking to yourself, why does she just come out and say that to me? And the reason is because for a woman, saying something like that is so direct that it's too powerful. In the world of girl, if another woman were to come to another woman and say something like that, like, hey, you really hurt my feelings, it doesn't just come off as, oh, you hurt my feelings. It comes across as, you're trying to destroy my world. And so that's why women don't typically talk that directly as it pertains to those kind of things. But here's the thing. Because she's not doing that, she's still going to try to figure out a way to make you have a conversation with her that's going to make her feel better. And this can be in a variety of different instances, whether it's like, say you've been dating a girl for like 3 or 4 months and you haven't officially made her the girlfriend yet. Now she's thinking, okay, he hasn't made me the girlfriend. I don't want to just come out and say, I want to be your girlfriend. So I have to now do or say something that's going to rock his world just enough to make him want to have that conversation. Or if it's somebody you've been in a relationship for a long time with, they might say, well, he's not been making me happy. So you know what? I need to do something that's so devastating. He's going to recognize that it hurt my feelings and he's going to want to make this right so we can continue on with our relationship. I was dating a girl one time and I just noticed that over time I was starting to feel less attraction, just various things going on. I just wasn't feeling it anymore, but I was still in it to win it, so to speak. So we went away for the holidays with each other. We visited each other's families in different states. And as the time progressed, it just wasn't feeling the same way. And on the way back home, we kind of had an argument on the plane and it was whatever. So when I got back from the trip on New Year's, I was very much in the mode of like, I've been around people nonstop because I'm an introvert and I've been around people between her, my family, her family for like 2 weeks straight. I hadn't had a break to myself. So all I wanted to do was have 3 days to myself when I got back. When I got back to California, one of my best friends hits me up and he was dating this girl at the time. And he was like, hey, me and my girl are going to Vegas. Do you want to come? And I was like, no, I don't. I just got back from a vacation and I was around people for 2 weeks and I don't want to really see anybody. And so he said, well, I have a timeshare and the timeshare is booked with 2 rooms. So it's basically like you have a room here and a room here next to each other side by side. So me and my girl are going to take this other room and then there's just this room with nobody in it. So if you want to get your alone time for a couple of days, you can come with us and then you can be in the room. If you decide to see us, that's great. If you decide not to see us, then it is what it is. So I went out of town. In the process, I did not tell my girlfriend at the time that I was leaving town because I hadn't expected to see her for 3 days anyway because I had already told her I was going to be gone for 3 days. So during this time, though, I was living with my cousin, and my girlfriend, while I'm out of town, hits up my cousin and asks about putting together plans for my birthday because my birthday was going to be the very next weekend. At which point my cousin said, oh, well, Harry's currently out of town, but he'll be back, I think, Monday. She was not happy to hear that. Now, I didn't get a message saying, I'm not happy to hear this. Instead, what happened was, I think I got to Vegas on like that Thursday. On Friday morning, I wake up to a text that simply says, hey, I don't think this is working out. I don't feel like we have the same connection, and so we should just call it quits. So when I read that, what I read was, hey, this isn't working out. I don't feel we have the same connection, so I'm out. Which means to me, she's gone, she's done, it's a wrap. So I simply texted her back 2 words. I said, okay, and then I rolled over and back to sleep. The day after my birthday, this girl hits me up. And then she hits me up with, hey, so we should like meet up for lunch sometime. I went to go meet her for lunch on her work break, and we had a discussion. And during that discussion, it was a very eye-opening thing because she mentioned the text, and I said, yeah, I got the text. I thought that meant we were done. And she said, well, no, I sent that text because I thought that it was going to have you feel some kind of thing and that you'd really see how hurt I was by what you were doing and that you would then hit me up and ask me, hey, what's going on? Let's talk about this. And then we would have a conversation and then we'd still be dating. And then I had to look back and realize there have been other times when this has happened where like I was dating a girl and then she's, hit me up and say, hey, this isn't going to work out, or hey, I feel as though we're two different people, or we're in different places in our lives, or you want different things than I do. And I'm reading all this stuff literally thinking the literal translation of this is that she is no longer interested, and that if we have differences, clearly if we have differences, we're not going to see each other. Clearly, if you're saying that I've hurt you a lot and that I don't want to see you anymore, this means I don't want to see you anymore. So what I've realized is this: when a woman is talking about breaking up, you really have to analyze where you're actually at with that person and then see if the words that she's saying are really a mask for other things that she's actually feeling and wanting. Okay? Because just because she sends you a text saying, hey, I've really thought about stuff and I think that we should see other people, does that actually mean what it means? With that said, you don't want to fall into the trap of not believing that that's not a thing, because there are women, as weird as it sounds to believe, there are women out there that will legitimately say to you if they're not feeling anymore, hey, I'm not feeling this anymore. But regardless of whether the woman means it or not, your reaction has to be the same every time, which is this: you do not want to be the guy that responds to her by begging and saying, no, I really do like you, please don't leave me. If you react that way, you lose. Let's say the woman was using this as a tactic to try to get you back. So she sends you a note and says, hey, I think we're feeling different things and, we shouldn't see each other anymore. Let's say she's using it as a tactic to get her to talk back, okay? If your response is, no, baby, wait, what can you do this? I mean, I love you so much and please don't leave me. You're the best thing I've ever had in my life. Oh my God, blah, blah. You may think that all that begging and pleading is going to make her realize that you actually do care for her. But the problem is now it's also giving off a negative behavior. It's giving off the behavior of somebody that's needy, that's desperate, and does not think he has enough value to get somebody else. Let's say you do that with somebody that definitely was trying to break up with you. Now you're just giving her the reason that she broke up with you in the first place. See, this is what I was talking about. He's always needy. He's always on me too much and whatever. So your response either way has to be of a guy that is cool, calm, collected, and above all, is going to let her do the thing she has to do. You let her know that you recognize what she's saying to you. You let her know that you don't necessarily agree, but that regardless of whatever way she's going with this, you wish her nothing but the best, okay? So let's say she hit you with that thing again where she hit you with the, hey, I think we should see other people. This isn't really working out. I don't think we have a lot in common anymore. Simply hit her back with something akin to like, well, I don't really see it that way, but if that's how you feel, then I have to respect that. And hey, if you decide to change your mind in the future and I'm still available, then hit me up and we can talk. Keep it short, simple. For more of these podcasts and for more of these videos, you can go to introvertdatingsuccess.com.